nunchucks with just some passes and wrist rolls or hand rolls, and I want you to appreciate that there's more with the nunchucks that we can do than just those couple things. So today is going to be a really quick trick called Moonwave. It looks like this. And go ahead and pause the video and see if you can figure that one out without me explaining it. But I'm going to explain it now. So we're holding the nunchucks in a forward grip, very close to the chain with both hands. And we're going to leave our thumbs on maybe the first or second link of the chain. Depending on how long your chain is, you might have to vary up exactly where you're holding it. Or again, in a forward grip with both, holding the nunchucks more or less flat. From here, you're going to prep. I always start teaching with a prep, but you don't necessarily have to use this prep later on. You can just go straight into it. But sometimes it looks better with a prep too. So we can prep by raising our hands up a little bit. This is not like a huge up and down trick. It's very quick so that the emphasis is on the nunchucks instead of what you're doing with your arms. Okay, so maybe prep by lifting up a little bit, and then we're going to come down relatively quickly and abruptly, and we're going to stop our hands and freeze at the low point of this depression of our hands, right? We're not going to like slowly and gently do this. The point of this is to get the nunchucks to swing, because we're going to open up our four fingers on either hand. Since our thumb is still underneath the chain, these nunchucks are going to each individually pivot around your thumbs, but it'll happen at the same time. Now, before you do this, if you have metal nunchucks or you have oak nunchucks or something that'll make a loud ringing or clacking noise if they hit each other, I'm going to teach you how to get them to not just hit into each other at the bottom of their arc. Yeah, I don't want to demonstrate that with these because it's super loud and it hurts my ears. But anyway, you can avoid having the nunchucks hit each other, right, in this swinging motion by holding one offline of the other. So one is slightly in front as we come into our trick, or you can go the other way. That's the way that I normally do, but it's a matter of personal preference, and an audience can't really tell the difference between if one hand is slightly in front of the other. Or you can kind of keep them on the same line, but as you're doing your swing, you start to angle one over the other. In any case, one is passing in front of the other. They're not just magically coming through each other, right? So that is how to get the nunchucks to swing. All you have to do then is quickly, instead of allowing the nunchucks to bounce back out of your hands, now that they're open, re-grab pretty immediately. So kind of similarly to how back-to-back wrist rolls were maybe faster pace in the re-grab than the rest of the wrist rolls, or how this over-the-shoulder pass was a hair faster than the under same side shoulder pass. It's kind of the same thing, but on crack maybe with the Moonwave, because it's very fast if you think about it. This nunchuck only has to get from here to there. It doesn't have to travel a very long distance. Last thing that I'll say about this, just to give it a little bit more dynamism because it's very simple, is you can move your body around as you're doing this. So maybe, I don't know, you can like come from one side to another and then back. I like to come straight forward and straight back and really show that I'm doing something clever with the chain that the audience hasn't been seeing before this. And that's one way that you can kind of make this trick pop a little bit more. But most of these videos, as I'll explain in another video, I'm trying to keep it more or less limited to just the technique and not the combos you can do with them, because I'm going to be doing that later. But there you go. That's how to do the Moonwave concisely.